There we go. All right. So who are we? We are Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel. But first off, we are Planet Marketing, and this is Donald Bradley. He is the founder of Planet Marketing and chairman of the board. And this gentleman, he is so kind and is so caring and really is concerned about people in his industry. He's been in this industry of marketing and sales for over 20 years, and he has made quite a name for himself. You know, he earns over 7 figures doing what he does, and he's a fantastic marketer. He approached IntelliTravel to help them recruit more travel agents for their company because IntelliTravel was really good at selling travel, but they weren't so great at acquiring new travel agents, and that's where this relationship comes to play between Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel. Planet Marketing is a fairly young company. They have been in business just under 2 years. This October will be 2 years.
Hey, Kenzie.
Yes.
Hey, we can't see the slides right now.
Oh, no. Do you know what happened?
No, it's still on the first one.
Oh, what is going on? Let's see. Let me stop the share.
Just share it. You might have to press the play slide presentation.
Okay, thanks for telling me. I appreciate that.
Yep.
It would have gone on for a while with you guys not knowing, having a clue what I was talking about. Let's try it. So this one here. Let's see. What can you see now, David? Can you see Donald?
No.
Okay, one moment.
Go to the top left of your screen. That little, there we go. Now we're starting to get through them.
Okay. All right, well, let me go back then real quick. You guys were stuck on this one, right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you for chiming in. So this is talking about how I mentioned we can have financial freedom and personal freedom, time freedom. And here are the 4 things I was talking about: to earn more, travel more, save more, and experience more. All right, and here is Mr. Donald Bradley. Oh, just a moment. We'll get you there, I promise. Okay, how about now? Are we good?
Yes.
David? Okay, thank you so much for telling me. That would have been bad if I did the whole thing and you only were stuck on the first screen. Okay, please let me know if they don't continue, okay? All right, so as I mentioned, we're good, you say? Okay, I can't see you, David, but please chime in if you need to tell me something's up, okay? All right, I will continue on. Here we go. So Mr. Donald Bradley, kind soul. Anyone who meets him loves him, and he really makes you feel special and part of a bigger cause. Also with Planet Marketing is Mr. Andy Cawthon. He's the president and CEO, and he also has a ton of experience under his belt being an executive manager in big corporate operations and working internationally. Leanne Treckler, she's also with Planet Marketing, and she helps the Planet support team. So if we ever have any issues or any problems, Leanne's behind the scenes helping us out with this. And it's a great support team with Planet Marketing. We're never left on our own. We're always knowing what the compliance is, what different rules are, that we need to be kept up to date on, and that's important as a business owner. Now let's talk about the IntelliTravel side of it. This is Mr. James Ferrara. He's the co-founder and president of IntelliTravel. And now IntelliTravel has been in business for over 25 years, and we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Now that's not an easy thing to get. I mean, you've got to be doing really well to get an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And IntelliTravel has been doing that for over 25 years. They're almost 26 years old now. So this team up with IntelliTravel and Planet Marketing has been fantastic, and it's progressing both of the businesses in a great way. All right, now I'm sure you want to know how you can become a travel agent and the possibilities with that. As a travel agent, if you have, it's not like there's any secret club or secret handshake you have to know. Basically, if you can go online, do a search for some type of travel and book it. If you've done that for yourself in the past, you really could be a travel agent. All the difference is you're putting in someone else's information, someone else's credit card information. So it's no big mystery. Pretty much anyone, who puts their mind to it can do this business and can be very successful. And there is fantastic earning potential with being a travel agent. There's a lot of different type of travel. We can book cruises and, sporting events. We can book Disneyland passes, and we can also book concerts, things like that too. It's not just strictly travel. We can do pretty much anything that requires a booking we can do. That goes for car rentals as well. So the travel industry is so great because almost everyone we know is traveling or wants to travel. I mean, think about people who, if you say, oh, if you won $1 million, what would you do? I think 9 times out of 10, most people would want to travel. And that's really great for us as travel agents because we don't have to sell travel. It basically sells itself. And speaking of that, travel is an $8 trillion annually an industry. And that's a lot of money, people. That's trillion, not billion or million. That's a lot of money. So it's great that we're in a position that we can get involved in that and get a piece of that money through our commissions. Travel is only projected to grow, obviously, and it's projected to grow to 15 trillion in the next 10 years. So still, we're definitely not going to ever be out of a job as a travel agent. Travel is the #1 research category online. Now think about that. That's pretty amazing. With all the things that can be researched in the world, travel is #1. I think that's pretty phenomenal. And what's funny too is that it's between the hours of 9 and 5 that most of this research is taking place. So people are at work and they're feeling dreary in their sad gray cubicle, and they're dreaming of these different places they can go. So they're researching travel and taking these virtual trips in their cubicle. So people want to travel, and that is really great for us. Some of the people who are really fueling the travel industry are the baby boomers. Now, the baby boomers are, getting to retirement age, and it's said that every 20 minutes for the next 20 years, a baby boomer is going to be retiring. And so that's a lot of free time that people are going to have after they're retired, and they can travel. And so we're able to take advantage of the people who are ready to travel. And those baby boomers, they're not going anywhere. They're here to stay, and they're here to travel and be our fantastic clients because they've got the money. They've been saving up, right? Another group who spends a lot are the millennials. I mean, they're the folks who want to get up and go right now and go see the whole world and soak it all in. And that's another great demographic for us to take advantage of. I don't mean take advantage of in a bad way. You know what I mean? To help with their travel bookings. Now, I mentioned that, get paid on what people are doing anyway, and what you potentially are doing anyway. If you're booking travel for yourself already, you may as well get paid for it. I just booked a trip for myself and my husband and daughter to Puerto Rico yesterday. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. But, that with that booking, I get a confirmation number and I get a commission for my own travel. So that's pretty amazing. I would much rather get a commission check on top of a confirmation number than just a confirmation number. But keep that in mind. You can save a lot on your own travel if that's what you're searching to do. Now, with IntelliTravel, let me tell you how the commission works with this. We are partnered with major vendors worldwide like Disney, Delta Vacations, GoGo Vacations, Carnival Cruise Line. Pretty much any vendor you can think of, IntelliTravel is partnered with them. And these vendors love us because we're up to 19,000 travel agents right now in the company. And so they like to work with us because that's a big client base for them to have people, come to them, be sending customers to them. And how this works, let's say that you book for a customer a Disneyland trip. Disneyland pays us 10% commission. So what would happen, they would, the trip would get booked, the customer would take the trip, and then Disneyland would send IntelliTravel that $500. Now, IntelliTravel would then turn around and send you 70 to 80% of that $500, depending on what level you're at within the company. Once you reach $5,000 in commission with the company, you're bumped up to that 80% commission. So it's a great incentive to sell more and, to get yourself that extra 10% commission. And another thing, think about it. If you booked a Disney trip for yourself as a non-travel agent, you actually paid 10% more than really the trip was, because that 10% was going toward a travel agent, or just stayed with Disney if you booked through Expedia. Also with IntelliTravel, I'll move on to point number 2. We have no third-party intermediaries. So what that means is when you enroll as a travel agent with IntelliTravel, right away you get your own booking engine that's similar to like Expedia or Travelocity or something like that. And so customers can come onto your site and book directly through there, and you get commission for that, whether or not you've done the booking yourself or not. And you can also obviously go on there yourself and do bookings and get commission. And that website is set up for you right away as soon as you enroll. So you could immediately start making money working and booking through IntelliTravel. Oops, sorry with that. Now, another great thing with working through a host company like IntelliTravel is at the beginning of the year, IntelliTravel will go to different cruise lines and they will reserve blocks of cruise cabins. So if you have a customer that comes to you and says, I really want to go on this cruise for Thanksgiving, but I've called everywhere and there are no open spaces in any ship. Well, most likely we as travel agents can get them a place because IntelliTravel has already reserved those blocks of rooms and we can get them a space on that cruise that they want. And even better, since it's a group cruise rate, your customer will get a cheaper rate. So that's pretty sweet. You can get them a cheaper rate and you can get them on the cruise that they want as a travel agent. So with that, host company at our back, we do have some great benefits in that way. Also with IntelliTravel, they are fantastic in customer support and service. You couldn't really get to be A+ with the BBB if you weren't good in those areas. I mentioned that you get a personalized website, and in that website, there is a marketing program in your back office. That's when you log into your website, that's your back office. And back there, if you have a customer that goes on there and they register their name and their email, if they're searching around looking for different deals, they can register your name and email and you can capture that information. And if you see a vacation come up that you know that they'll be interested in, say a trip to Cancun or something that they have been searching or shown interest in, you can send them a flyer that is created already in your back office for that specific location. And you can send it to them and say, hey, I remembered that you were interested in Cancun. We've got this great deal coming up. Here's the flyer for it. And contact me if you want more information, some detailed pricing or things like that. So that's pretty phenomenal that we already have that set up for us. It's a turnkey business that's set up for us with marketing in place, to be beneficial for our customers. We're also able to get printed material that we can send out to our customers through the mail. And we can also get business cards and stationery for ourselves right through your back office. It's really simple. You just, type in the information you want on your cards and get those ordered and sent to you. It's really simple. Now, you're probably wondering how much you can earn as a travel agent. We all want to know that part, right? So let's talk about that. I'd love to tell you about that. Let's say that you know somebody who is a business traveler and they need to stay at a hotel 3 times a month for 3 nights. Now, you can direct that person right to your website and ask them, just have them do the booking on their own. You don't even have to do anything. You don't have to lift a finger for them other than telling them your web address. They can go on there and book that stay, and you can get a commission of over $150 for them staying and doing that booking on their own. Heck, I'll take 150 extra bucks anytime for someone just going on my site like they would to Expedia or any other site like that. They're going to be doing it anyway, so I may as well, take part in that. All right. Now, this could be like a businessman going to a convention. It could be maybe construction people needing a hotel, in the next town over. It doesn't necessarily mean that they need to be combining this with a flight, just strictly a hotel on that example. This next example is a 5-day golf trip. Now, it doesn't have to be golf. It can be, a yoga retreat. It can be a snowboarding trip. It can be anything like that. But we'll just say it's for a group of 4. And really, all you're doing is you're compiling the information that your customer tells you as far as where they want to go, how long they want to stay, where they're departing from, and the travelers. And you find what they want. You agree on a location and a price, and you input their information. Maybe takes, I would say 2-ish hours, 2 hours or so, maybe 3 at most. For doing a trip like this and booking it, you will earn a commission of $274. Now, that's pretty awesome. I don't know about you, but if I'm earning $200 plus every hour, I'm totally fine with that. I think that is a great wage. And it's not difficult. Like I said, if you've ever booked before by yourself, you can book for other people. You just change the name and the billing info. Now this is getting even better. 7-day honeymoon, all-inclusive resort in Cancun, complete with butler service. How awesome is that? That is so great. Now, I went on to Cancun for my honeymoon for 7 days, and I wish that I had been a travel agent at that time because I could have got commission on that travel. Otherwise, I just got a confirmation number like I was talking about. So, to book a honeymoon, you'll communicate with a couple and find out what they need and what type of amenities and accommodations they like. I don't know, maybe we take 3 hours to do a honeymoon booking because there's a little more details with how romantic they want it to be and things like that. But for that, you can earn a commission of over $550. Now that's awesome. I'm totally okay with $550 for one booking. We've been talking about how a lot of people are, struggling for money and things like that. And even an extra $500 would totally, help them in their financial situation at home. So if you did one booking, for a 7-day honeymoon, extra $500 a month, that's pretty phenomenal. Now you're going to love this next one. Let me go on to this next one. Group cruises, a 5-day group cruise. Now you might be thinking, I don't know, people who can fill up a cruise ship, because a group cruise is, in this scenario is 20 cabins. So that's 40 people. Okay. 40 people. Now, if you don't personally know 40 people who may want to be cruising, that's okay, because you can go to, sororities, fraternities, different type of sport groups and things like that. And another great resource for group cruises or any group travel is churches. Imagine drawing a radius around your house, a 60-mile radius, we'll say about an hour drive from your home. Think of how many churches are in that zone. That's a lot of dang churches. I don't know about you, but around here, even though I'm in a tiny town, that's a lot of churches. So, you could go there and explain to them what you do as a travel agent and that you would love to help them with, a group cruise. And you get these people the group rates, a fantastic cruise to the Western Caribbean for 20 people. And check this out, $2,240 for a booking like that. Now, if you were to do one of these a month on top of it, if you have an extra day job or whatever like that, you could manage, one booking a month and make an extra $2,000. So dang, there's a lot to be made in travel, and it's fun. That's what's great about it, is it's fun. And when I book for my customers, it's like I'm going on a virtual trip with them, and that's half of the fun. My what do you call it? My bucket list was, it was decent when I started this business, but now it's huge. It's like rolling out the door. It's getting long as far as places that I want to travel. My customers come up with some fun destinations for me to send them to. Now, speaking of travel for ourselves, let's talk about this IntelliTrips. IntelliTravel puts together these trips, and other companies, and they refer to them as FAM trips. Now, FAM stands for familiarization, not family, but familiarization. And on these familiarization trips, they're super, super treat for travel agents to go on, because vendors want us to come to their property so we can tell our customers about the property, educate ourselves in, the type of food they provide, the type of rooms, the setting, things like that. They want us to come there and learn about it, because really, 9 times out of 10, if you've got a booking to somewhere that you're familiar with, you're going to send somebody to a property that you've been to before, because you know how their food was, how their service was, and you know that your customer will be happy there. So vendors definitely like to have us come to visit them. And we have these different vendor-specific certifications that we can do as well. I just finished one with Princess Cruise Line. And so after doing this certification, you earn a free cruise for yourself and a guest to anywhere that they cruise to. And so I am totally excited about that one. I can't wait to take advantage of that cruise. I only finished this last week, so I'm excited to plan that one. But we did just have a IntelliTravel trip, and this one was to Ixtapa, Mexico, to a Club Med. It was a 5-day, 4-night trip, all inclusive. So your food, your drink, your lodging, all included, and a beautiful resort. And you had to pay for your airfare to get there, but otherwise, it was $199 per person to stay for 5 days and 4 nights at Ixtapa, Mexico. I missed out on this one because I didn't act fast enough and it booked out. But there were some people posting photos of this location and this, this trip, and it looked phenomenal. I was incredibly jealous. So the next time one comes up, I'm jumping on that one, because, for 4 nights, $199 for the entire time, you can't even stay in a Roach Motel for that price. So I love these trips. I love these FAM trips. I'm always searching for new ones coming up. Now, this month we have one with Carnival Cruise Line. It's a 4-day Bahama cruise. I also was too slow on this one, so I couldn't register for this one because it was sold out. But 4-day Bahama cruise, and $199 for an ocean view and $299 for a balcony. That is amazing. That's for the entire cruise. You cannot find that anywhere. And I mean, let's be honest, who's not going to choose the balcony, right? Imagine sitting there on your balcony, with the wind in your hair like this, wind in your hair, and the ocean cruising by you. I mean, amazing, amazing. Sometimes when you take these fam trips, you do have to do like a little, maybe a tour of the ship or a tour of the property, or maybe a little class or something like that. But I mean, it's all for research for your business, so it's a fantastic class to take anyway. And that's all included in that price. And then the rest of the time, it's just, you're free to move about the cabin as you wish, as they say on the plane. But yeah, just to, you're free to hang out and travel as you would just be any other passenger on the boat. Okay, so we've got some fantastic guarantees with IntelliTravel, and I would love to tell you about these because this was monumental when I enrolled with IntelliTravel. First of all, for yourself and for your customers, we have the best travel price guarantee. Now, what this means is if you book we'll just say a trip to Cancun. We'll stick with Cancun. If you book a trip to Cancun for your customer and everything's booked and ready to go, and they're searching around online because, I mean, let's be honest, most people do that after just because they like to, price match and things like that. So if they're searching around and they do find a better price online, if it's the exact same trip, itinerary, everything like that, we will contact IntelliTravel, tell them the details, and if IntelliTravel cannot beat or match that price, they will give the customer a credit for future travel, and it's a credit for the difference plus 10%. So 110% price match guarantee. So basically, your customer will always be getting the best price with you, and that's a great thing for your customers to have that type of comfort, to know that they're not going to be paying extra to be using a travel agent. And in the same token, all of the commission that we get paid is already built into the price of travel, so your customer does not have to pay a penny more to use your services as a travel agent. So that's pretty great too, because it's not like they have to pay an additional fee to have you help them with their travels. Now this next one, the no questions asked 100% money back guarantee. If you decide to enroll as a travel agent, you have 30 days to give the company and the business basically a test run. And you can get in here and do your training and learn about the business and the industry. And if at the end of 30 days you're like, or anywhere in that 30 days, if you're like, this isn't really what I was hoping for, I'm not digging it, you can call them or email them and get all of your enrollment money back. Now, I know a lot of us have dealt with, money back guarantees, and it's like you got to jump through 10 fiery hoops and, sign over your firstborn and things like that. Well, with IntelliTravel, it's not like that. You literally have to either call or send an email, and you get your, you can tell them that you want to quit, and you get your money back. So when I was signing up, I'll tell you, when I wasn't sure that I would enjoy this or be good at this when I was signing up. So I thought, well, if I got nothing to lose but 30 or less days to do this, I'll give it a go. That 100% money back guarantee is really what sealed the deal for me. And when that 30 days rolled around, I never considered quitting. I loved it. I'm in it, and it's my life now. So that guarantee is really beneficial for people trying to decide if they want to do this or not. Now, this third guarantee is our risk-free profit guarantee. That means if you sign up as a travel agent and you work the business for a year, doing your business and putting effort into it, if at the end of the year you have not made money or saved more on your own travel than you have paid in your monthly fees, you will get a check cut to you for the difference. So that's pretty sweet. I mean, there's no way that you can lose money with this business with those guarantees. So just keep that in mind while you're thinking about this process. So I mentioned the monthly fees and the enrollment fees. Let's talk about that. This is for the Planet Marketing Rep. It's $19.95 to enroll, so basically $20 to enroll, and then $19.95 a month. And David's going to talk to you more about the Planet Marketing side of it in a little bit, but let's go over here. If you want to be just a travel agent, it's $179 to enroll, $179.95, and then $39.95 a month to maintain your business. Now, that $39.95 a month, basically $40 a month, gives you the opportunity to be considered a travel agent and to be recognized as a travel agent in the industry and to be able to book travel as a travel agent and get commission for that booking. We also get that, like I mentioned, the IntelliTravel website, and you also have a great support system, whether it be through fellow travel agents, excuse me, or people directly at IntelliTravel, having your back, giving you updated training, updated seminars, updated everything, compliance. They keep us basically in line with what we need to do. And they have all of the licensing that we need, all of the, legalities of owning a business. IntelliTravel takes care of that. And that's part of your monthly fee as well. Another thing they have, which I love, is it's called errors and omissions insurance. And what that is if you book a trip for a customer and something goes wrong on that trip, that insurance covers you so that your customer cannot come back on you. It's an insurance policy, that basically protects us as travel agents. So that's pretty amazing thing to have too. Now, if you decide that you want to be a Planet Marketing rep, after this webinar is over, you'll know more about that. If you want to be the rep and a travel agent combined, it's less than $200 to start your own business, $199.90, and then $59.90 a month to do both businesses. And really, this is, as you can see on there, it says it is most popular, and the reason for that is because there's the greatest earning potential to be an IntelliTravel agent and a Planet Marketing rep. And I think you'll see that after you've heard what David has to say about the Planet Marketing side. So that is actually all as far as the IntelliTravel side of the business goes. So what I'm going to do now is let David take over. David is, you'll love David. As soon as he starts talking, you'll love him. He is a gold builder in the business as well, which means that he has recruited over 9 people. He's actually got way more than 9. But he is a great, he's just a good soul. He's got a kind heart. He's here to help everybody in this business that he encounters, and he'll do anything for you. He's got all the information that we need to know to decide if Planet Marketing side of the business is going to apply to you as well. So I'm going to let David take it away and let him show you and tell you how you can earn more money with the Planet Marketing side of the business. All right, David, you should have control now of the mouse. You can take it over.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I want to give it right back to you, Ms. Kenzie King, going over that wonderful opportunity as a travel agent. I do want to go over the Planet Marketing side. And just to be clear, the IntelliTravel and Planet Marketing are 2 separate business opportunities. Like Kenzie said, a lot of us, they call us hybrids, see the vision in both sides. And, we just see the potential and understand the leveraged income and the residual income potential in this Planet Marketing side. Excuse me. A lot of you might know my uncle, which, some people don't really know. They know my family, but Uncle Warren Buffett says never to rely on a single source of income. You must invest to create a second source. Now, I don't know about you, but I take advice from somebody that's been there and done that, and he's documented. So with the leverage income side of this, it's you're recruiting, and this is a wonderful tool, even as a travel agent, to present a quoted trip, show them what the commission is that you are going to make as the travel agent, and if they're at all curious, you can say, well, hey, if you were actually your own travel agent, this is what you could be making. So it's something to think about. But we'll go over this, the details of this. So this is saying, for every person that you would bring in as a Planet Marketing rep and they purchase an IntelliTravel travel agency from you, you get a $50 direct sale commission for each one that you sell. Now, this is huge for being that this isn't the only way you get paid for direct sales. For every person that you bring in and they go out and do the same thing that you did and they sell a travel agency, you actually receive a 50% match on all of the direct sales that they make. So not only did you make $50 when you brought them in, but if they go out and bring in 4 people, not only are they going to make $200, but you're going to make $100 for their efforts as well. And this is where that leveraged income comes into play. And then once you reach a certain level, you actually start to get $10 team bonuses. And there's 6 different levels that you can stack these $10 bonuses. And I'll go over that in a little bit. But the power of $10 is huge when you see the details of this. Again, there's no limit on direct sales, matches, or team bonuses. Donald Bradley, Kenzie talked about him a little bit earlier. He's been in the travel industry for over 12 years, and he's seen what's worked and he's seen what hasn't worked. And that's the reason why he started his own company, is because he wanted to have the best product out there. And not even a product, it's a service. He went out and found the best travel agency in IntelliTravel. Not only the best, but they're the original home-based travel agency company to work with. With the A+ rating, the reputation alone stands for itself. And then, of course, the commissions are paid up front, paid weekly. They say they're paid out every Friday, but I have not received a check any later than Thursday. So, who doesn't like getting paid early? We have a builder program where just something that Mr. Bradley put into place to recognize people that are out there, working for themselves, working for their families. This is where if you go out and you bring in 3 active ITAs, you become a bronze builder. At 6 active ITAs, you become a silver builder. And at 9 active ITAs, which is, it's sort of a big deal. You consider it a pay raise. You give yourself a pay raise at 9 active ITAs. And you receive the first level $10 team bonuses. So instead of $50 for every person that you bring in as a travel agent, you actually now receive $60. And that goes along with your matches. Instead of $25, you would receive $35. And then for every other person down in your team that, say, that second person on your team brings in, you get $10 for every person that comes onto your team. Not only does that add up, but as a gold builder, you actually start to receive a 10% match on all your personal ITA's travel commissions. So that example that we had earlier with the group cruise, say I bring in somebody that goes on, sets up their family reunions every year. And they go out and book that group cruise and they make $2,200 in commission. I could be out mowing my lawn and get an email notification that I just made $220 to mow my lawn, which really it's not to mow my lawn, but it's that leveraged income coming back to you. So, if you go out and you're putting the work in and you build yourself a team, you're going to get paid quite well for people to go out and book the travel that people are booking anyways. Then you also receive a 10% match on your personal reps matrix commissions. And I'll go over the matrix here in a little bit, but you'll see that this also adds up pretty quickly. Excuse me. So this is the residual income part of the presentation. This is our 3x9 team build matrix. Now, a lot of people that have been in direct sales might know or have heard about a matrix before, but most of them are either place matrices or they're based around quotas. Basically, there's usually a stipulation to earning that matrix commission. Mr. Bradley said, once you bring in your first 2 active ITAs, you sell your first 2 travel agencies, you unlock that first level of $4 bonuses. Now, keep in mind, as I go through this is a team build matrix. This means that you are not doing this by yourself. So anybody that is on your team and is building a team of their own is helping you build your matrix as well. And not only that, but people that have been in this company before you that, have brought you in, and people that they have brought in, they could be dropping people into your matrix as well. So let's say for example's sake, Kenzie brings me into the company. And I go out and I bring in 100 people just on my own accord. Kenzie's going to get $4 for each person that I bring in, and she had nothing to do with. So every month she's going to get $400 just for the work that I put in for my own family. So that right there is very powerful. If you see, again, the level of $4 bonuses down here at 9, that's where you hit that gold builder. You're unlocking the whole, all 9 levels of the matrix. And you see, $118,000. This is a bonus. This is a monthly bonus that we get. So you're saying, okay, $118,000, that seems, too good to be true. Could that really happen? With the timing that we have right now, it could very well happen. A lot of the companies out there, you either don't have the timing, you don't have the right product, you don't have the right leadership. There's something in the puzzle that is not lining up for you. With Planet Marketing right now, we are only 21 months old, but we're partnering with somebody that's been around for over 25 years. So the product, and it's not a product, it's a service that people are using anyways, is the best that you can get right now in the biggest industry that you can be a part of. Not only that, but they say if you can get in before a company has 100,000 agents or reps, you found yourself a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We are currently sitting at a little over 19,000 reps. That is huge. We're not even out of concentration yet. We haven't even hit momentum. And that's a wonderful thing. If you can grasp a little bit of this potential with this Planet Marketing side, the potential for this is just huge. I like to throw out, $118,000 a month. That'd be great. I would not argue with that. I'll take that every month and, sit on my couch and watch TV every once in a while. But let's say you get that 50% right. Would you not be okay with an extra $59,000 a month on top of all the other commissions that you're making, on top of booking travel as a travel agent? Okay, let's throw one more out there. Let's say you get this 10% right. It's a team build matrix. 10% right. Would you not be able to live off an extra $11,000 a month, just a bonus? I mean, there's my job now. We don't get cash bonuses like this every month. We as a company, we look forward to the November, December area because we get the coveted frozen turkey. Now, I don't know if that means a lot to anybody else, but when that truck backs up and the pallets of frozen turkeys are waiting there by the door, you make sure you get a frozen turkey because, I mean, that's a big deal for our yearly bonus. So yeah, I mean, this company is built to provide a income to people that didn't really think that they could make this kind of income without working a job. 2 jobs are for 2 people. This is not something that you have to go out and put hours in. There's a quote out there that says, it's smarter to, I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own. That goes to that leveraged income, that goes to the residual income. That's just letting it work for you. This right here is Donald Bradley's baby. When he started his own marketing company, he wanted to make sure that he had yet another bonus, another recognition level for his marketing reps. This is saying that once you become a 1-star director, which is 100 active ITAs, you receive a $12,000 a year bonus, or a raise, so to speak. This is saying that every month you will receive a $500 bonus. And not only that, but he guarantees that you will receive at least $1,000. So if your direct sales commissions, your commission matches, your matrix matches, all of that does not add up to $1,000, Planet Marketing will cut you a check for the difference and make sure you are earning at least $1,000. You also get a very nice looking navy blue Planet Marketing jacket, which, a lot of people don't mind, but for the work that you put in to get there, it's a nice little thing to have. And at 1-star director, you actually add another $10 to your team bonus. Remember, I was saying earlier that $10 starts to add up quite well. Once you become a gold builder, you unlock that first $10 bonus. So instead of 50, you're receiving 60. Well, this, as a 1-star director, For every person you bring in, instead of 60, you are now receiving $70 for every direct sale that you have. Instead of $25 for your 50% match, you're now receiving $45. And then for every person that comes onto your team below that, you're receiving $20. These $10 bills add up very, very quickly. And you see we have those 6 levels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star directors, you add an extra $10 to each person that comes onto your team. So at 2-star, you which is anywhere from 300 to 499 active ITAs, you receive a $1,000 bonus every month on top of your $10 bonus again. And, we have, it's about, I believe, 16 or 17 3-star directors right now in our company, 21 months old. So the potential is huge right now. We only have, I believe, 3 4-star directors and 1 5-star director. We are 21 months old again. So the potential, within probably by the end of the year, our 5-star director will be making $1 million annually. Mr. Shedrick White, phenomenal guy. 21 months ago, or before he started into this industry, he was a waiter at Papados down in Georgia. A waiter. Mr. Bradley asked him if he wanted to, make a little more than what he was there. And he said, yes, please, of course. Not knowing what, exactly the vehicle was that he was going to partake in. But, this is provided for him and his family quite well already. And, if it takes you 3, 4, 5 years to hit 3 or 4-star director, you're making around, usually around 3-star director, that's where you hit the 6-figure mark. $100,000 a year is right around 3-star director. If it takes you 4 or 5 years to hit that mark, is that not going to be worth it? I mean, I believe so. I mean, I definitely believe so. And here's another little bit of recognition for the earnings. One of my coaches actually out in Vegas back in April received her Sapphire ring for $100,000 annual earnings. $100,000 annual earnings. It's that initial giant step into the marketing side of this. I mean, you've done something. You've helped a lot of families better themselves and their situations. At $250,000 a year, you actually earn your Ruby ring, and actually another one of my coaches got that ring in Vegas as well. Mr. Shedrick White was the first to receive his diamond ring, and that's $500,000 a year. Being that he was the first, he got to design it as well. And he also actually received his diamond Rolex watch, a $20,000 watch is received once you hit 5-star director. I got to see this up close in person. It is definitely a sight to see. I can't wait for when that day comes that I can don that myself. And then, of course, once you hit $1 million annually, you receive your double diamond ring. And again, Mr. Shedrick White is on track to hit that by the end of the year. This company, we are moving very quickly. No company has done what Planet Marketing has done. Within the first 21 months, we've done what most companies take 5 to 10 years to do. If you got into Tupperware or Avon or Amway or any of the big companies out there, when it first started, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, and it's still around, don't you think you'd be making a little bit of money right now? That's the positioning we're in with Planet Marketing right now. This is a legacy company, and travel is not going anywhere. With Planet Marketing, it's a turnkey business as well. From the moment you enroll as a Planet Marketing rep, you receive all the tools needed to run your business, website to track your business, mobile app to grow your business, to be able to send out videos. It keeps track of everybody that has contacted you and you've contacted. Training, on-demand and live training via the web, calls, live training, in cities around the United States and in the UK. It's top-of-the-line training. It's, personal development, marketing training. It's stuff that it isn't hard, but if you apply yourself and you learn the way the marketing companies work, it's very beneficial for you. And then events, we have actually our next convention coming up in Atlanta at the end of September. Those, I mean, they're great things to take part in, between the training and just the camaraderie that you get with all the other people that are, changing their lives for the better. This next thing was, this was announced in Vegas, and this right here just shows where Mr. Bradley comes from. He wanted to make sure that all this work that everybody was putting in wasn't in vain. A lot of the direct sales companies out there, if you go out and you work it for 5-10 years, and then you would happen to pass away, all that money that you were earning just gets sucked back up into the company. Well, this Planet Marketing Pledge is saying once you become a one-star director, you can feel secure in knowing that in the event of your untimely death, the Planet business that you've built will outlast you, which means that your beneficiaries will receive all of your weekly commissions, your director pay, your director bonuses, and monthly residual income. This isn't just your beneficiaries. This is, being able to be passed down from generation to generation. And not only that, but Mr. Bradley got together with his chairman's council, the initial directors, and everybody had made a pact that if you would happen to pass away, that all of the other directors would gather together and, lift up your team to make sure they don't fall down. They will continue to help them build and grow. So not only are your beneficiaries receiving the pay that you left them, but that pay will continue to grow even beyond your death. That right there is just, it's a very powerful thing. At this point, we want to ask you to rate yourself. You are either a 1, 2, or a 3. We'll start with 3s. 3s are thank you, but no thank you. You appreciate the information and think it is for someone, just not you at this time. And that's perfectly fine. We understand this is not for everybody. All we ask is that the next time you take a trip, to go back to the person that invited you here because they thought highly enough of you to invite you here, to show this opportunity to you, that you would let them quote your next trip for you. Number 2s, you're very interested. You see the potential in one or both sides, but you have some questions, or you want to think a little bit about it, or maybe you just want to save a little bit of money first, and that's fine. If you do have any questions, we will stick around afterwards and open it up to anybody that has questions, or you can get back with the person that sent you here, and they would be happy to answer your questions for you. 1, you are excited and ready to go. You see the potential. You want to get started right now as a rep or IntelliTravel agent, or both. We could have stopped this presentation when Kenzie was talking about the Xtapa trip, and I agree, because that sounds amazing right about now. It's still storming out here, so I would love to get away to someplace nice and warm. But if you're a 1 and you're ready to go, get a hold of the person that sent you to this webinar, and they will definitely get you down the right track and get you started with your training and making some money. Like I said, this timing right now is perfect for anybody that wants to give their life a little bit of a chance, and more than just what you're doing right now. We'd like to leave you with this quote: the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. In order to make any change in your life, you actually have to move forward and take that small step. It's one step in front of the other. If this is not right for you, I encourage you just to find something that does make you happy and go out and accomplish that. So Kenzie, I'll actually have you stop your share if you'd like. There you go. I gave you control. Oh, still muted. There you go. Oh.
Okay. You can hear me okay, David? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let me check the chat real quick, see if there's, okay, we're good on the chat. All right, so I'm going to mute everybody, and that'll give you the opportunity to ask any questions that you might have going on, and we're happy to answer those for you. So everyone is unmuted. Is there anyone that has any questions for David and myself? Don't be shy. Don't
Hello.
be shy.
Hi, I do.
Hi, let's hear it. How are you? Who is this?
Hi, this is Judy Kirk.
Hi. Oh, hi.
I'm totally excited to hear everything that you both said. It was totally exciting, and I'm so super excited.
Great. I'm so glad you made it on. I was wondering, I didn't realize that this phone number was you.
Yep, Colorado.
That's good.
Yeah. So in the beginning, when you were discussing how much you had to basically kind of pay in before you start getting like the 80% commission off of what you sell, or what? So what you said that you have to meet the $5,000 mark for commission on the 50% base, or could you go over that a little bit better? I didn't quite understand it, but I do want to know a little bit more about that.
Sure, I would love to.
And I'm going to sign up.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so what that means is...
You're awesome.
Oh, you're nice. Thank you. So what that means is when you start booking travel with IntelliTravel, you're automatically at the 70% commission mark. And so as soon as you earn $5,000 in commission, then you'll be earning 80% of that commission. So
gotcha.
You got the $5,000 from the Disneyland trip. You get the 10% that Disneyland gives that sends to IntelliTravel. When you begin, you'll get 70% of that $500. And once you earn $5,000 in commission, you then begin getting 80% of that $500.
That's pretty much what I thought it was. I just wanted to clarify because, I mean, for somebody that's ambitious, I don't think that that's too far-fetched at all, especially when you get to the end of it. The outcome is just going to be awesome.
Exactly, yeah. And that's, there's some people making phenomenal money in this business, and you can get there quick. If you put the effort and the time in, you can get there, for sure.
Yeah, I believe you. I definitely believe you, especially when you were saying about how it's like the number one industry, and you think about it, it's something that everybody wants to do. And
it is.
Who doesn't want to help people make their dreams come true?
I know. And it's like, I've done other sales type retail jobs, and it's like, what other people are going to want to give you their money and be so happy about it? As,
and think about all the people that you used to talk to come in, they're like, I'm going on vacation.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yep. Exactly.
Awesome. Well, that's all the questions I had, but I really enjoyed listening to you, and then I'll get a hold of you. Right.
Excellent. Thanks so much for asking that question, because it may have been unclear to someone else as well.
No, it was actually very clear. I just wanted to make it clear to myself even more. So
yeah, I appreciate that. All right. Anybody else have any questions?
Okay.
Everyone feeling good? Okay. Well, if there's no one else that has any other questions, like David said, just get back with the person who sent you here, and we'll be sure that you get all the information you need to decide if this business is going to be a good fit for you and your family. So, let us know how we can help you and get you going on this. And please get back with the person and let them know what you are, a 1, 2, or 3, and we'll help you from that point on, okay? David, anything else you want to add?
I think that pretty much covers it.
I think so. I think it's been a good meeting. I appreciate everyone being here. David, I appreciate the great words you said and shared with that compensation plan, that fantastic plan that's available to all of us.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, well, if that's it, I'll go ahead and end this meeting, and thank you again, everyone, for joining in. I appreciate your time tonight.